Hello everyone, and thank you for joining this session. My name is Hussein Fauzi, and I am the co-founder and co-editor-in-chief of the Undergraduate Journal of Exercise Science. So today we're going to be talking about the issue of declining peer review rates and several ways of how to combat it, and specifically we're going to be focusing on the role of students in this process. So it should be no surprise to everyone that the volume of published articles is on the rise. This figure here illustrates that increase from 1980 to 2017. Now, the slight dip in 2017 can be ignored because it doesn't represent the total accounted for articles that are published in the Web of Science, but we can see there is a constant increase, and the rate is actually 2.6% since 2013. Now, ideally, the increase in the number of articles submitted for publication must be met with an equal number of increase in the number of reviewers willing to review. But unfortunately, this is not the case. We see that in 2013, the average number of invitations sent to get a single review from an editor's perspective was 1.9. That means editors had, on average, to send 1.9 invitations for reviewers to get a single review completed. The number went up to 2.4 in 2017, and it is anticipated to go up again to 3.6 by 2025, which is not sustainable. This is also something that 75% of editors claim to be the most difficult part of their job, finding willing reviewers. And it must be noted that a reviewer that has accepted to review a publication is not the same as completion, as we can see that the completion rate is actually 78% in a political science journal. Now, this dynamic where there's a disproportionate number of invitations sent to reviewers that exceeds their capacity to review is dubbed reviewer fatigue, and it is a real threat to the peer review system. There was a survey that was sent out to get a sense of reviewers' reasons to decline, and consistently across surveys, the lack of time to review is always the top 1 to 2 reasons. Now, numerous solutions have been proposed to address this issue, but unfortunately most of them do not address the core problem, which is the lack of time issue. I would like you to pause this video and let us know which solution has worked best for you. So the focus of this session is to propose junior reviewers as a really viable solution here. And student or journal reviewers could be postdoctoral students, graduate students, and even senior undergrad students. And now there are many different configurations where this process can happen, but one interesting system is the collaborative peer review system, where the student and their more senior supervisor work together and submit a unified report. The senior reviewer could be their research supervisor or could be an external researcher that's suggested by the editor. Again, the goal here is to address the core root of the problem, which is reviewer fatigue. And we can fix that by expanding the eligible pool of reviewers by introducing students. Now, the first question on anyone's mind will be, what's the efficacy of this solution? This is a survey of 45 leading ecology journals that tracked the perceptions of editors about this solution. Now, the advantages, unsurprisingly, are that junior reviewers generally have more time to dedicate to review, so they're more willing to accept review requests. They also are experts in their own subject areas. They also have more time to dedicate to reviews, and so can deliver better quality reviews. And finally, they can lean on their supervisors to give them support or guidance in the review process. However, there are some potential disadvantages to student reviewers, but most of these disadvantages can be mitigated by consultation with their research supervisors or in consultation with their peers as other junior referees. Unfortunately, to my knowledge, there have been no studies that looked at the actual efficacy of student reviewers, so the only thing available here is perceptions from editors. One interesting finding of this survey is that there's a general openness towards students with high qualifications, like PhD students and postdoctoral students, and this is very favorable. What is also really positive about these results is that student reviewers were found to be highly unlikely or unlikely to decline a review, and that they're highly likely or likely to provide a high-quality review, a timely review, and a fair review with little bias towards accepting or rejecting an article. Overall, this solution has benefits to all stakeholders in the publishing process. Editors get to benefit from a more efficient review process, reviewers get to benefit from a reduced workload and reduced reviewer fatigue, and finally students get the opportunity to develop new reviewing skills and partner with experts in their field. Thank you very much for listening.